Good morning. Well, in a desperate need for some more Civil War in my life, I came out to Fishkill, New York at the Fishkill Historical Society. Today they are putting on a Civil War event. I don't know what it all entails, but we're going to check it out. So hopefully it's decent. If it's lackluster, there is another place I will probably head on down to. So, yeah, we'll go on in and see what this place is all about. Join me, shall you?
I mean, you can do just the Spotsylvania side, but I think it's all, like, if you go to Gettysburg, you go there, I think there's the wilderness, Spotsylvania,
16.
all right there.
How come is not taking rations?
That's what you said, so 16 should work.
Where you want to go to Gettysburg. Maybe
I was going to do them in the 18th until you said
or the
something.
first weekend.
And I found out that isn't what everybody does. Well, last June, the 8th New Jersey hit under a tree. We're out there chatting up a storm. So that was kind of the difficulty was we got this. And, well, ration issue coming up. And so they'll randomly pick people to pick up a pile. And you get your rations.
Company, fall in for rations.
Thank you.
What's up? Elliot.
Well, you've got cups for this, so pass that. That's an actual maple sugar sign.
Well, this is a smaller event, smaller than I thought it'd be. But the interesting part is this is the group of reenactors that I had filmed in Gettysburg back in October. They were doing the firing demonstration. So that was kind of cool. So I got to chit chat with them for a while and talk about me filming them in Gettysburg. So I'm going to walk around a little bit further, see what else is there to see. And then, I don't know, I have to stick around for quite a bit for any kind of firing demonstration. And that's going to eliminate my chances to go to my second stop. So I don't know. We'll see if we can be entertained enough to stay. Well, there is going to be a presentation about the West Point Foundry at 1 o'clock. It's about 11:30 now. And so I am struggling to find something to entertain myself. So we'll see. I'll give you a whole panoramic of the whole area. It's not very big. All right. Well, looks like the general store is closed. So maybe I'll have to try them again later. All right. Apparently the general store is open. It's just up these stairs and through that door. All right. Looks like we come through the door. I was expecting a general store, but it's a very 19th, 18th century decorated house. Interesting. Who would have thunk it? Who'd have thunk it?
And the British fought during the Revolutionary War. And
You'll see in a lot of my videos, I like looking out the window, especially when you look out a window and you can see a site like that. It just kind of puts you in the time. So I dig it, especially if it's like a historic house overlooking like an historic location. Even more so interesting to just look out the window and get the same point of view that someone had.
the house does is where the board of directors meet. And here is the kitchen. And look who's here. Are you fixing lunch?
We are. We're working on bread.
Oh.
It's gonna go in the bread oven out there in a minute. So.
And we've accumulated other stuff that represents the era, but the cupboard is original and the Dutch door is original. Kids scribbling stuff. That's original to the 1750s.
Yeah, no problem. That's interesting.
Yeah. Oh, what, you got a piece of pizza?
No. Yeah, was it originally just this one room, or?
This is it, pictured 2 adults and 6 kids. The original Breaker house. There was a hole right here with a ladder, not even a staircase, and a sleeping loft where the entire family slept together. And they used this from 1750 to 1775, yeah. And these implements were acquired over the years and not necessarily as old as the original building.
So if this was the original 1750s part of the house,
Oh, yeah.
and then this addition was put on in,
1785.
and that is just this next room or the rest of the house?
The rest of the house. 4 rooms were added. These 2 here, and there are 2 more rooms on the other side. But the other side is service area. Board of Governors meets in that room. There's a modern kitchen.
In this case, over here, this is all stuff associated with the house. As I stand here on this porch, overlooking a federal camp, got the minstrel over there singing the Rose of Alabama. So I'll make my way back down these stairs. That was a interesting conversation I had with the gentleman in there. That was kind of very nice for him to take his time and walk me through the house and point out a few things. But I'm kind of reaching the bottom of the list of things to see and do. So I think I'll float around just a little bit more, and then I'm gonna have to skip the gun demonstration, I think, just because of there's only so much I can continue to do here. But let's go.
You ever seen this before, Jesse? Fucking, you do it as a skewer. Yeah. Like, that's the smartest thing I've seen in a long fucking time.
Well, knowing you,
We
that's,
know who you hang around with.
yeah.
You guys.
My dad used to do hot dogs. Oh yeah, it's cooked all the way when you can cut it with a spoon.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know what her real name is. She was a Bauer. Oh, Bauer.
That looks interesting.
That's how we colored it. It really does black.
I wish I knew this one. I would have been able to like syncopate to it better, but if I know this
precursor to the modern accordion. This is called a concertina. The original English style of concertina was patented in 1829 by a fellow named Charles Wheatstone. He was actually one of the first electrical engineers in that early 19th century period in England. That was his chosen field. Famous in those circles for inventing something called the Wheatstone bridge, which was the first device that could accurately measure electrical resistance. Pretty sure it was resistance. I do this, not electrical engineering. And he became infinitely more famous for inventing the concertina. So he did his English version. A few years later in the 1830s, this version came out of Germany. This is tuned diatonically, unlike the Wheatstone version, which is chromatic. This is also bisonoric, so each button gives me two different notes depending on whether I push or pull on the bellows. So it's, the playing systems are very different. So let's see.
In Amsterdam there lived a maid, mark well what I do say. In Amsterdam there lived a maid, she always finished in the sailor's trade. I'm on her roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'm on her roving with you, fair maid. I kissed her once, I kissed her twice, mark well what I do say. I kissed her once, I kissed her twice, and my oh my, 'twas awfully nice. I'm on a roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'm on a roving with you, fair maid. I took this fair maid for a walk, mark well what I do say. I took this fair maid for a walk, and we had such a lovely talk. I'm on a roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'm on a roving with you, fair maid.
Well, it was kind of nice. I got the musician to bust out the concertina for me. I do enjoy my sea shanties. I am a pirate guy, first and foremost, I suppose. So he got to play a little tune for me. But from here, I think I'm going to call it quits. I've seen and done it all. Very interesting, though. From what I've learned is the house is original to this location. Started out as a grain farm, and when the railroad came in, it later then became a dairy farm to provide milk to New York City. All these outbuildings, the schoolhouse, the blacksmith, the ice house, those are all original buildings as well, just not original to this property. A lot of these buildings were elsewhere brought here, like the schoolhouse. He said it was off the Taconic before the Taconic was even there. So they salvaged the building, brought it here. I guess this place does a number of different events. They do a strawberry festival at the beginning of June and a few other things. Another place I'm going to have to keep tabs on, and we'll visit again. Everybody seems friendly here. Of course, the reenactors are always great. These are the same guys I filmed in Gettysburg, so I'm sure I'll see them again on my travels. But yeah, all around, good day, good stop. So from here, I'm going to try to go somewhere else. I'm going to have to get in my time machine and see where else in time it can take me here. All right. Well, had to say my goodbyes to those reenactors. I'm going to make my way on out. I did mention to them that he had a striking resemblance to Lee Van Cleef. So after I said that, I had to naturally get a photo with him. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and head on out of here and see if I can make it to my next destination. There is supposed to be a storm maybe today, but we'll see. All right, maybe I'll see you at the next location. And now I left Fishkill, New York, drove about 20-30 minutes west, crossed the Hudson River, and I am now in the city of Newburgh. It's a little windy, got a storm rolling in, plus I'm by the river. So I put on the trusty microphone that my wife got me. And I am currently standing in the location where future monarchy of the United States was rejected. Also, the Newburgh conspiracy for a military takeover post-revolution was squashed. This is the area that the Legion of Merit was created, which would soon later then become the Purple Heart. And it's also one of the last locations of General George Washington's headquarters. So we're going to walk around here and check things out. This is my first time at this location, so I don't know quite exactly where I'm to go. One would think between this building and that one over there, this was probably more likely Washington's headquarters. So I don't know if this building is open or not. Yeah, this is the sign right here designating it Washington's headquarters. So let me try to get into this building and see what happens. All right, we got the Minuteman statue right there. We have the Hasbrook House to my left, which is Washington's headquarters. We even got a wishing well, kiss and tell. And now we're going to head over to the main building, which is, I guess, the visitor center, hopefully a gift shop so I can pick up a coffee mug. We got a Victory Tower over there. Now I was just over there and everything was locked up and I couldn't go up the tower. And now I see people up there, but they were also part of a tour group. So let me see if I can maybe even jump on a tour and go up there myself and then actually talk to somebody that knows a little bit about the place and get some education. All right, let me take a walk on in here. at that. Glare.
Well, originally, yeah.
I tell you what, the number of artifacts on display is quite impressive. I'm only showing just a portion of their collection. Really is quite something with all these artifacts. And then throughout the museum, they have these drawers that you can pull out. And this appears to be some type of haversack or bag. Here we have a blouse. Let's see what's in this one. Looks to be another bag of some type. Now, every artifact is numbered, and to figure out what artifact that you are looking at, you need to come over to these number of kiosks, and there you can type in the 4-digit number to tell you what the object is. Or they do have these notebooks. It's not in order of the museum, but it is in numerical order, and that will tell you what each artifact is. All right, well, that was quite the interesting museum. I mean, several hundreds, thousands maybe, of artifacts. I wish it was a little bit easier to know what the artifacts were instead of using that kiosk, and every time you look, I mean, thousands of artifacts, and to run over to the kiosk to type it in to figure out what it is kind of pain in the ass. I did ask about a tour going up into the tower here. They do them throughout the day, but because the storm is rolling in, last tour was what I showed you. No more for today. So that's unfortunate. But, oh yeah, and there's no gift shop. No coffee mug. I complained. I said, no coffee mugs? You can buy a postcard for $1, but no coffee mugs. Unbelievable. She said she'll put a request in for me, though, for coffee mugs. I said, I appreciate that. All right. I think that is all this place has to offer, though that sounds like I'm kind of downplaying it, which I'm not. This is beautiful grounds. I don't know if this is accessible or not. I didn't even ask about this. And then the museum itself, I mean, the amount of artifacts, if you really wanted to look into everything, you'd be here for a couple hours. So from here, I think I'm going to head on home. Hopefully get home, throw some more grass seed down before the storm hits. And then I think that'll be it for today. Well, it is starting to get very windy. I don't even know if this microphone's going to work with the amount of wind. It is blowing pretty good right here. So maybe I'll stand here and get in the middle of the Victory Tower. Like I said, there's staircases that you could go up, but they are closed. This Victory Tower was commissioned by the Secretary of War, Robert Todd Lincoln. That name sounds familiar. It is the son of Abraham Lincoln. And he was for the centennial of the ending of the Revolution. So, and I know that from memory. I didn't see a sign or nothing. Well, that will conclude my day. Now, I gave up golfing with Frank today to do this, so apologies to Frank. We will be golfing on Friday in Gettysburg, but it's starting to get very windy. I'm thinking the storm's going to come in here soon, so I'm going to get back in my car. I got about an hour drive ahead of me to get back home, but hope you enjoyed today. I did. And I think my next video won't be until about Thursday night for the first day of the Gettysburg Film Festival. So, as always, thanks for watching. And next time you see me, I should be in Gettysburg. So, all right. Take care.